Aloha and welcome, guys. Happy Aloha Monday. I hope y'all had an awesome weekend. It was busy for me. Oh my gosh. It was awesome because I got to meet up and play games with friends and all. And what are you doing? I've got a dog sitting here crouched down with his butt up in the air and he's looking at me like, play with me, play with me. And I'm like, no, we're not playing right now. So, how are y'all doing? Oh my gosh, we got through another weekend, on to another week, and God knows what happens during the week. And also, I hope you guys had a good day. I hope everything was going well earlier, watching lives, I gotta get caught up on tea later. Because we all know that trial is a day-to-day thing. And also, I hope y'all are doing good. Let's see, who do we have in chat? I know Princess Megan was there first, and bingo. We'll see if she made it back. She was doing the switcheroo on devices. But hello, my dear. And Sleuth, welcome, my dear. I love you. And I hope you got some rest this weekend, some needed rest. And there's In the Bushes. Hello. What, you want more? Oh, you like these treats? They haven't had these, and these are from Costco, and they're duck jerky. And I think they like these. I think they like them. It's been a while. They got tired of them before, and they're hard to break. So, hope you are doing good in the bushes. And there is Chris. Chris and I have been talking today. Actually, Chris has been giving me a lot of help and a lot of new cases. We all know Chris really gets into the cold cases. And that's something that a lot of times we don't cover. We cover what's happened recently, but we don't go further back. And it kind of goes with what Sleuth and I were saying the other day. Okay, we cover people when they first go missing, and then it becomes a cold case over time, and we need to keep going back to it. So I was having a great little discussion with Chris over all that. So hello, Chris. What? You want another? Okay, there you go. Oh, who do we got? There is Tim. That's a weird time to come in. What was I doing at the time? With the dog with the butt up in the air saying, play with me, play with me. Wrigley is in, I don't know what type of mood, but he's just chasing everywhere in the house. He's bringing toys, throwing them at me. He is totally in play with me mode. There, take a treat. There you go. So, and there is your local bacterium. Hey, my dear. I hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good week, weekend, all of those things. And there is BC. Hello, Miss BC. I hope you're doing good. And Jill. I thought I saw Jill here. And there's Butterfly Kisses is in here. Oh my God, we got everyone here. Yes. Well, okay, let me ask you guys real quickly. How many of you guys have heard about Lucas? This is a fairly new case. Hello, Boots. Welcome, Boots. The case just started. Little guy went missing on Saturday during a family gathering. Went out, okay, they were out at a park having fun, fishing, stuff like that. And he went missing during that. Police are not suspecting foul play, but 3 days later, we still have not found him. So we need to continue keeping him in the back of our minds and telling his story, because you know what? Until you know for sure what happened, you don't know what happened. And it's important for us to remember that until he comes home, no matter how that coming home occurs. So I was wondering how many of you guys had heard about him. I actually came across him. I came across this through Discord. Okay, we actually had Lone Wolf actually pop. Would you guys stop it, please? Okay, Lone Wolf Spirit, who is amazing. Another one of those people who's right on top of cases and research and so many different subjects and all that. Just really great information. You posted about him too, BC. See? Our research gurus. Okay, we got our community research gurus, and exactly those are the ones who are out there posting. And also, yeah, I had seen that, and I originally was looking at another case and came across this little guy, and he's just screaming out to me. Okay, there's those little ones that scream out to you like crazy. So thought we'd go ahead and talk about him today. I just realized I updated all my posters, but not the one in this one here, but all the posters and the thumbnail and all do have the 29th. Every now and then, the information I get has the wrong date on it, and that's what happened initially. It's the 29th he went missing. Little Lucas is 7 years old, from Dayton, Ohio, and this actually happened in Dayton. His family, okay, and it looks like it was a little bit not just close family, but okay, extended and all that, and friends, had gone to a park, a normal park that everyone goes to hang out on weekends and stuff like that. And they had gone there to go fishing, and he went missing while that was going on. Just some real quick rundown of what we've got here. He is 7 years old. He's 3 foot tall, 60 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes. I mean, I think his hair has natural curls to it. It looks like, you know, that, oh gosh, I love that little like soft natural curl to it. And yes, that's Cassie growling. Hey, guys, stop it. Okay, I'll give all you guys a big piece. Maybe big pieces will get them to stop barking. PJ's here. Hello, 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 PJ. You've seen it on Google Earth and it puzzles you. Yes, Chris. And I'm going to bring up some Google Earth in a few minutes here, and we can talk about all those. And Princess made it to switching her device. Okay, so when he did go missing, he was out with, you saw one of the dogs eating. Oh, yes. I need to have a second camera. Okay, so you guys can watch the dogs while I'm talking. That would probably be a lot more interesting because they're fun to watch, especially when they start doing that. And, he was, oh, butterfly kisses, you posted it. Thank you so much. I totally forgot about doing that one. Today has been hell. KK knows about this. My niece has waited a whole year. Sprint changed over to T-Mobile. And my niece is on our family plan, and she kind of waited until today when they cut off her phone to change the SIM card. And so I've been madly trying to make phone calls to activate SIM cards and all that. So I kind of was not on top of all my posting like normal. So thank you, Butterfly Kisses. Thank you so much. And, so when he went missing, he was dressed up for just going out and about. Okay, he was wearing a white shirt with black sleeves, black pants, and black Converse tennis shoes. So that's what he was wearing at the time. Also, boots, if your thing is still on Sprint, yeah, double check that, because T-Mobile, if you're not changing your SIM cards, they're starting to cut off your phones. Just FYI, I found that out today, the hard way. And right now, as I mentioned, the police are not thinking this is foul play. They have no reason to believe it's foul play. There is more than enough evidence to make them believe that this little guy fell into the water. The thing is, he has not been found in 3 days. And we all know someone can fall into the water and someone can grab. You know, there's so many different. Oh, is Battissimo fired again? I swear, Battissimo, get your game in. Come on, Battissimo. See? I said, you know what? I need to start checking Battissimo before every single freaking live, because he literally does not want to work before every single live. I am going to check that. Let's see how that works. Okay, I'll keep checking that, and hopefully we'll get Battissimo to do his job, or he's fired. We will figure that one out when actually, wait, I can do it this way, 7-year-old. There. Try that out. Give it a few minutes, and hopefully Battissimo will come off strike and start doing his job. And so cross our fingers. So yeah, he could very easily have fallen, and this could be a recovery mission, which is what the police are thinking right now. But you know what? There's no such thing as coincidences. They happen. Things do happen. And until this little guy is home with his mom and his dad and aunties and uncles and all that, we continue looking out. What is Battissimo? Your local bacterium. Bottissimo is kind of a bot that sits in your chat, and it helps the moderators in putting out links and stuff. So if you ever see like Sleuth Mom up above, put this in or this in, exclamation point with something, it is a way so they don't have to go copying and pasting. If they just type that up, it'll post. For example, if you do that one, it's going to say what my email is. So yeah, it's really helpful for people who are moderating. Very helpful. And also, good question. Good. It's not a stupid question. Trust me, there is no such thing as stupid questions in this world in my eyes. So where are we right now with this? First of all, this picture you're seeing on the right, okay, is him and I think his mom. It was just posted within the last hour and a half. My heart goes to this family. All of you who have religion in your hearts, okay, please pray. This family, okay, has said they could use any prayers. They're asking people to pray. So if your heart goes in the direction of prayer, please say a prayer for Lucas and his whole family. For those of you who believe in light and goodness, please send light and goodness in their direction. And oh, we got it. It looks like Bottissimo is back to work because, yeah, see, I kicked him off of the strike line. Yeah, he's behaving now. Yes, yes, yes. Lone Wolf, you are the bomb, my dear. 3 months. Yes, I wish I could highlight those. StreamYard does not let us highlight those, but good evening, my dear. And thank you for this information because you were one of the ones who got me thinking about this case. So this is him and his mom, so please keep them in your hearts. So taking us over to here, just to give you an idea of some of the area, and we are going to go over the actual Google Earth information on this, but Lucas was last seen around 6:40 p.m. Okay, on Saturday, the 29th. He had gone out with his family. They were going to go fishing. This is an area, actually, let me go ahead and switch it over here so we can see. This is an area that you can see, okay, Eastwood Metro Park was a place people could go hang out. You can kind of see there's a lot of grassy areas. River, this is actually a river here. You've got other areas in here. It's just a nice little place people can go and play. Okay, spend your weekend with your kids. And that's what they had done, is they had come here to the Harshman side of Eastwood Metro Park and decided to go fishing. Now, from what we have heard, his family had been warning him. He sounds like the normal 7-year-old who gets into everything type thing. You know, they're run, 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 run. And they had to warn him. Okay, don't get too close to the water. Okay, you can fish without getting close to the water. But anyone who has a little guy or a little girl around knows how, especially some kids, they're drawn to water. And I have a funny feeling that's what Lucas was like. He was drawn towards it and wanted to see. And unfortunately, this water is very fast moving right now from what I'm hearing. Around 6:40 p.m., one of the family members actually said they heard a splash and they heard crying. They heard someone crying. They could not tell who it was, but they heard a splash and crying. She thought she saw splashes, but could not see anything beyond that. And after that, who knows? Okay, now I'm not sure if that's when they started looking for him or if she just put that together in her head after the fact. You know, maybe she was a little further down and thought it was something else going on and didn't really put one and one together. Yeah, and if you're fishing, little kids get close. Exactly, butterfly kisses. Kids get close. They want to see these areas. And I suspect that's what happened in this case. And it just so happened a family member may have actually heard him get in. Now, like I said, though, Just because one thing happens doesn't not mean you automatically have to connect. And that's why I made the decision that we need to continue telling his story. We're 3 days into this and we have not found this little guy yet. So until he's been found, there's still a lot of potentials out there, including actually, according to someone on the Facebook group, and I did check, and yes, there is sex offenders very nearby. And this person actually has posted about that. There is a group that just was created for Lucas over on Facebook, if anyone's interested. So everything was contacted in there, and I have to say Dayton has been working so hard to find this little guy. Okay, Dayton Police, Fire Department, all that. The following day, which was yesterday, Sunday, they had over 100 people in the park. They had members of the Dayton Police Department, the Fire Department, the Five Rivers Metro Park. So this Metro Park Department was there, the Office of ODNR, Natural Resources and all, and numerous search groups, just regular everyday people who have come out. They've been talking about Lucas on the local news. So a lot of people, okay, when you hear about a 7-year-old going missing like this, your heart goes out. And if you're able to be there, and I'm going to say, if any of you guys are from the Dayton, Ohio area, please consider going to the Facebook group. And I know the family is going to be continuing their searches. There are going to be searches that continue. So if you're able to help out, it would be a huge help because they're expanding that search more and more. Butterfly, I didn't read up on this case much as I've been watching the Oklahoma stuff. Yes. And see, that's it. I swear on Mondays, I feel like after I finish this live, I end up catching up on all this other, there's a lot going on right now on a lot of different fronts. They have said they aren't going back tomorrow. You know what? What I'm here, okay, that's interesting. I do know as of today, they said that they were stopping the search was switching from search and rescue to recovery. So I'm not sure if they've found something or if it sounded to me initially, unless there's more information that I've missed, which is very, very possible, and that after 3 days, and the conditions and stuff like that, that they are at the point where they're like, we're looking more to recovery at this point, if it is the water situation. But again, like I said, we don't know. I know the family all day, there have been updates in the group. The news was saying they're not doing anything. Okay, perfect. So I don't know. Is it that they found something, or if they themselves are like, you know what, we're moving on to the other area, we're not looking for things. I do know, according to the mom is still saying that they are looking for him. So I don't know if it might be now moving from official searches into the unofficial searches. I don't know. This is when it gets really rough, that switch over. But no matter what the answer is, this is one of those cases we talk about all the time, that, you know what, an answer is better than no answer. And that's what this family needs, is an answer. They did BC. Yes. They closed down Metro Park. Yes. Oh, wait. BC, did this happen in the last, say, 2 hours or so, 2-3 hours? And I had heard they had closed down bits and pieces of it, but I'm wondering if now something else is going. I'll have to check the Facebook group, see if there's been any updates on that, and keep an eye out just in case something pops up while we're talking here. But what happened on the 30th yesterday, there was a major search effort. They had people all over the place looking, officially as well as volunteer level. Over the course of this search, they've been searching for over 21 hours. So there's been a lot of searches for this little guy. On May 1st, so today, the search, okay, they announced that they are now taking it from, okay, unless there's been a new update, which there could be, by the way, Hey, 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 Robin. Aloha, my dear. The story I heard was in the past hour or so. Okay. So that's okay. We're going to have to, there may be, like in all of these cases, when they're so fluid, there could be something changing. I'm going to keep an eye out for stuff as I talk about this. And we'll see what pops up from it. But as of this morning, what they were saying is they were going to switch from the normal regular search and recovery, search and rescue to recovery. They have pulled everything out trying to find him. They have used aviation. Sorry, I'm just checking here on the group and I'll see if I can see anything else new here. Nothing yet. Okay. So they have used aviation, so actual planes going up, helicopters, things like that. They have used drones. They used canines. Okay, seeing if they canine can get a scent or anything. In addition, they have used thermal imaging, so looking for heat to see if there's any heat in the area. Underwater drones, which I was really happy to hear because that's something that we do not hear enough of, that people are actually using underwater drones. They just say, oh, we're going underneath and stuff. But when they're really looking, I thought I had heard Texas EquiSearch was going to be part of the search today, but I'm not sure if they were. And that actually, BC would make sense if they did get involved, and the level of search knowledge that they have and that they can bring to this would make a big difference. It really would. They also had aerial drones and sonar devices being used. So it was really good to see all that going on. They did also make the decision to drain a pond at one time today and started searching yes, Chris, Midwest EquiSearch. And I'm wondering if it was the Midwest EquiSearch. Sorry, I said Texas. I just realized. Now, I have no proof beyond what I read. That was just one of the little comments I saw fluttering around the internet at the time, but it would make sense. The police did have to get to a point today where they had to ask people to please not help with the search because the terrain and the conditions were actually kind of dangerous in some of the areas they were looking at. If we take us back to the area here, okay, and I'm not sure which side. I do know I've seen a lot of video of this overpass is where I suspect it was, and them looking, okay, that's kind of where they would start with. A lot of people have talked about, so if you come here with this, okay, you can see you've got the Mad River here. You've definitely got other little rivers here. I'm suspecting this is the area that they might have been most dealing with. And you can kind of see how it does go. And from what I'm hearing, the water is extremely fast moving, extremely fast moving. It's also a lot of junk in it. Okay, anytime you've got that and as many, okay, areas here. I mean, you can look right here, okay, at some of these areas that you're getting into. And so they did have to ask people to not become too, I mean, that there just shows how between the water being rough and terrain, if people do fall, it becomes a problem. BC said the one page I've been watching said 4 hours ago that EquiSearch will be there on Tuesday. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So hopefully if they haven't found them yet, that's what would happen, is that EquiSearch can get there and kind of help out with this. But it's been really helpful to know that it has been taken as serious as it has been, and people have come together to make sure all of this is being followed up on and all. The search also was expanded today. So, and that could also be part of what's coming in, BC, that you're talking about. They started going into Stillwater and Great Miami rivers. So, I mean, they are taking things down. Okay. They're recognizing that 3 days there could be the water's going to go down. Okay. If that's where he is, that's what would happen. As for the lake that was actually drained, I'm not sure which lake that was. They have not talked about. I have wondered if this picture here is what they're talking about, the lower left. That's one picture that I've noticed that has been out quite a bit. And if you look at it, it does look like it was something that was drained. So my suspicion is maybe that's fairly near where he went missing. But you can definitely tell either the water is lower there or they did drain that part of the water. Like I said, they do not suspect foul play. They don't. I will be honest though, gang, until we find him, everything's on the table. Okay, yes, they need to search where the highest probability is. So that needs to happen. But we as a community have to continue with the prayers, continue with the, okay, making sure others know, because there are. I mean, honestly, there's so many possibilities that could happen. Okay, what if he got in it and found his way to the edge, but hit his head and doesn't know what's going on? What if someone further down the way grabbed him out and grabbed him? Are they big possibilities? Probably not. But they are possibilities, especially when, as was brought up by someone in the Facebook group, that there is, okay, not only a sex offender very near where he disappeared, but the sex offender's past history seems to align very closely with Lucas. So you have to be open to those things, keeping an eye out for him, things like that. This is a little 7-year-old until he's home with his parents one way or another. He needs to be out there. So, Lone Wolf, yeah. For change to recovery, they would have to have a tip or evidence that supports the change. I know initially what I read was following timelines is what they were saying. Based off of the timelines and procedures and stuff like that, it had been 3 days that it was time for them to move to that next level. And I can understand that. But I'll be honest, my gut says yes. Water's probably the issue here. But you guys know me. I don't give up hope. You can't give up hope. Hope is what keeps you going. And this family needs the answer, whatever that answer is going to be. So, so that's kind of where we are. I'm going to go real quickly while we are together, and I want to see if I can find anything else about this update. Let me see if I can find that. Wait 1 second. I just noticed you sent me something. Okay, is this the new one? Let's see. Okay, I am going to pull something up real quick. I'm going to stop that screen and pull up something else. Actually, let me read it. Let's do it that way instead. I'm going to read hers because I don't know if you're okay with me sharing usernames or not. And I don't want, oh wait, I don't have to share a username because I hit the right button for once in my life. I don't always hit right buttons. Sometimes I do really weird things. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so this came from BC and it's from Dayton Police and Fire. And it's saying, actually, here, let me pull this down so you guys can see the whole thing. So what we were talking about earlier, Ohio doesn't search water long enough when something like this, and that, yeah. And, you have to realize what priority really looks like. Okay, yes, you can have hope. Like me, I have hope. Not only that, I know there's other possibilities out there, but you do have to have that follow through where the majority of stuff is leading. Okay, it's exactly, Chris. It's too early to decide until something concrete. And I don't know, they may have. They have talked about how crews first responded at 6:48 yesterday. So talk about quick. Okay, if families talking about this all happened around 6:40, someone contacted into the Metro Park. They're okay. park worker, things like that. They were right on it right away, which is telling me a lot. Okay, maybe when they heard the splash, they put one and one together at that moment. So the response was really quick. Crews deployed multiple boats into the water and searched all nearby riverbanks, as well as utilized, like we were talking about, thermal imaging devices, underwater drones, aerial drones, and sonar devices, as well as dogs and other resources. This is one thing I did forget to talk about, because in my eyes, this family is really, okay, this is a disaster. This is a tragedy for the family. I don't think we're dealing anything with family involved here. Okay, and as they say here, the family has worked cooperatively with fire and police since the 911 call. They've been kept continually up to date. I know the family has been, okay, their church, the family, they've really been focused on doing whatever needs to be done to bring him home. And Dayton Fire Department, Police Department, Five Rivers, Metro Bank, Riverside Fire Department. So actually, the list has gotten bigger here from what I had actually earlier. So thank you, BC. The Wright-Patterson Air Force Base Fire Department, Huber Heights Fire Division, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Ohio State Highway Patrol, Christian Aid Ministries, Beaver Creek Township Fire Department, and the City of Dayton Department of Water have all played. Now, sounds kind of weird. Why would the Department of Water be involved? Well, a lot of the searching is going into storm drains, things like that. Okay, one person had mentioned actually in the Facebook group about another case where someone was found in a drain, okay, weeks later. And so it's really important for us to look at all those things because they all connect. When you get into water and stuff, everything's connecting. And that gets exactly to what BC was saying. You've got to search long to be able to track all these things down, and knowing water is ever changing. So it really they need the help, they need the support as they work their way outwards. I know what they were saying for the family, they were going to start working their way out along streets and stuff like that. So this is what BC, I think, was talking about. Dayton Police, Five Rivers Metro Parks, and EquiSearch will be back out Tuesday. So hopefully either this is continuing tomorrow or something has come out of this and they are closing things down and more of a search at this point. So we will find out about that one way or another because this guy is adorable. The picture you see here is actually just a person from the community that she and her daughter decided we're going to go be part of this today. So the two of them literally got on their feet and walked. Everything that you see there. They walked along the side of that river just to make sure they couldn't see anything, some clothing, anything that might be there that could give people a hint as to what's up. Don't know, has anyone seen anything else pop up about this? Before I go logging off, I want to make sure there's nothing else. Let me check this real quick. Rosales, see if we can find anything new that has popped up since. There's been a lot of people wanting to be involved in it. No, I'm not seeing much additional stuff at this point. So hopefully we'll continue. I don't know if any of you happen to be from this area. Please consider, since I'm here right now and I have the group up, I'm going to share with you guys the Find Lucas Rosales Facebook group. There it is right there. This is where a couple people are talking. They're posting. It is not a family-run group. This is a normal group that someone has started to give people a place. There's a prayer circle thread on it. Butterfly Kisses, the only thing you saw on Facebook was the search wasn't continuing on Tuesday. Okay, so we'll see. If I hear anything in the next couple hours before I go to sleep, I'll definitely update all of you guys on that. But tonight, as you go to sleep, if you guys could please just say a quick prayer Okay, send it out in the direction of his family. And let me pull us over here so we can kind of pull this together. If you guys can help us in sharing the pictures. It said yes. It said it shifted to recovery. The thing we're not sure right now of is the recovery due to something they've come across, or is the recovery due to policy and procedure? And oh, it's been 3 days, so now we move to the next. That's where we've got questions right now. So if you guys could please help share out the posters, though. Okay, while you may not live in Dayton, Ohio, maybe someone that you are on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram with is from the area and is willing to come in and help them should they need help for further searches. So again, Lucas Rosales was last seen on the 29th, not the 28th, as it says here, in Dayton, Ohio. He's 7 years old, 3 feet tall, 60 pounds. He's got brown hair and brown eyes and was last seen wearing a white shirt with black sleeves and black pants with black Converse tennis shoes. Okay, he went missing while going out with his family on a Saturday evening, going fishing. So if we can please say a prayer, help send out his name, say his name, keep him in the public eye until we can bring him home. Thank you all so much. We will see you Wednesday. Sleuth and I will see you on Wednesday. I got to go catch up on a couple other things. I need to find out everything that happened earlier today all over the country, it seems. So a lot of things going on. So thank you all so much. Love you guys tons. Aloha and mahalo.